inside
Let's
with
do
the
it.
inside scoop where Todd takes us. We just talked about the big picture of kind of what's going on with the team. Let's get as in-depth as
little
possible by jumping inside with our inside linebacker, Todd Davis, to break down the key plays of how the Broncos were able to destroy the Chargers yesterday. Todd, where are we starting?
So this is it's a pretty big play to start the game. This is 3rd and 7, first quarter, and this is the interception by Jonathan Cooper. And I know Hank's going to love this because I think it's only 4-man rush, so they do get home.
They actually did on this one.
He's going to deny it. He's going to deny it.
I wrote all about this. I wrote that. I wrote this is the one play.
So this is a good play. I don't have any intermediate pictures, but this is a good play to see because it's a stunt here. So they call it like they're slanting out, and you're going to have him run what's called a big text. So he's up and under. And the big thing about this big text is that it allows for people to have one-on-one. So Baron Browning is going to have a one-on-one on this tackle, and also Nick Bonito is going to have a one-on-one here. And what this text is doing is he's securing everything inside and then all the way around. So if Jonathan Cooper wants to do an up and under, then the text is just going to come all the way around and secure that other edge. If he wants to stay outside, it's going to open up this hole for this text to come all the way around and Nick Bonito to find a lane. So they're being very creative with these, and they're doing a great job with it. The reason why this play works is because Baron Browning has a one-on-one with this tackle because Zach Allen is also slanting, and what he's doing here is he's giving him a one-on-one with this tackle. So if he chooses to go outside, then Zach Allen's just going to eat up this B gap, this second interior gap. But if he chooses to go up and under, then Zach Allen just comes around him and has contained. So although there's a lot of moving parts, everything is very sound about how they're going about this blitz. So what you see here is kind of, Baron Browning chose to come up and under his guy. This is the tackle that says he's beating. You have Zach Allen coming around to half contain in case Justin Herbert tries to run out. And just in case Justin Herbert thinks like this side of the line is crashing, I'm going to evade this way. Nick Bonito is coming around, so he would have had to sack on the other side.
Yeah.
So it's very, very sound as far as how this defense is coming around and making plays.
And boom, that's a great way to negate even when you play good running quarterbacks.
Exactly.
That's a good way to negate that. I love that.
So this is a 4-man rush. Henry said they can't do it, but I think this is proving that they
Wait,
can.
what happened on this play?
I think
How did it end?
I think it was an interception on the 3-yard line.
yeah.
Wow.
You read my
Henry
story, you
Henry
would have known
doesn't
all
like
about
those.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I read your story.
But yeah, it ends up being a great play. Jonathan Cooper, I think he leaves the game after this, but ends up being a great play for the team, puts us on the 3-yard line. Our first score of the game, I don't know if we score this early if we don't get this play, so huge play for the team.
Yeah. That
Huge
was
play for the
also,
team.
that was wacky because you saw Cooper come down really awkward and you're like, oh my gosh, is he okay? And then it looked like he was hurt. And then just the next shot of the TV caption was him just like dancing. You're like, oh, okay, good. But then he did stay out, but he did return, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you see him after the game? He was really funny about it after the game.
What did he say?
I can't remember who posted it. It was probably Troy Rank. Basically, he was just talking about how bad it hurts. It was funny. Go find it on Twitter when this is over.
Funny.
No, he was funny about it.
Okay.
He was funny. I would have been whiny, but he was funny.
Well, I'm glad he was able to return.
Yes.
Yes.
This is another great play. This is the touchdown to Cortland, the long play. And I think Russ actually does a great job here of recognizing who's blitzing and who's not. As I feel like as soon as the play is snapped, you can't see it on this one, but they were always identifying Khalil Mack. He was the number one key to their game plan. But as soon as the ball is snapped, he looks exactly at Khalil Mack, and what is he doing? He's dropping. He's like, oh, I got time. I don't even know these other guys' names. Like, I'm going to take my time. I know McGlinchey, he's going to hold up. And the offense actually gives him 6.2 seconds.
Ridiculous.
To throw this ball. Tons of time. Shout out to the O-line. This is 4-on-5. We can get there with 4, but they can't. And, this was just a great pass by Russ, throwing it up. Cortland coming down with a great one-handed catch. This has become kind of their recipe to success, man. If Cortland's down there one-on-one, I don't think it's one-on-one. I think he's kind of open. So continue to do this and continue to make big plays.
He's also being held, and he's still open.
Yeah, he's the man.
Somebody on Reddit said that the Broncos should cut off one of Cortland's arms and
No.
attach it to Jerry because
Oh,
Cord only needs one hand to catch.
Ooh.
He only needs one hand, so you might as well split those hands up.
Boy, but Hank, I thought you weren't a doctor. Would that work? Would you be able to do that?
It sounds like it'd work to me. I'm no doctor, but it adds up to me.
That play was so incredible because at one point during that play live, I thought, have they blown the whistle? Because Russ was just like standing there,
Yeah.
so calm, and had over 6 seconds. That's nuts.
It is ridiculous.
When Khalil Mack's not rushing, he's not scared of anything. This is the big play. This is the touchdown to Troutman. This is just a great play design and a bad execution on their part. I think it was just a great play call. 3rd and 1, we have been trying to, rush up the middle. There was one we didn't get on a QB sneak. Everything was really downhill, so this was a great play called by Sean Payton. It was kind of reminded me of Peyton Manning scramble on the goal line versus DeMarcus Ware in for the touchdown when nobody expected it. But the thing about this is that they were playing good defense, which it's the Chargers. They can't. They could actually have this play defended pretty well because you're going to have the end completely scot-free, but he's going to go down for the fake, which is perfect what we wanted him to do. And then this corner, I don't know what he's doing, but hopefully he's not on the waiver wires today. so they run this great play action, and you see this defensive end. He has contained on Russell Wilson. So he falls for the fake completely, which is a great play design because if he's right here, this might be a sack.
Yeah.
And it might be a bad play. And this corner has Troutman man-to-man. And I don't know if he was scared that he was about to block him or what, but he did not do his job and his responsibility. But once again, that is not our fault. They get paid to play football just like we do. It's a great play action by Russ coming out of this. And he's able to find Troutman wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. And this is what seals the game, puts us up 24 to 0 at the time, I think.
And last night, this doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't believe him, but Adam Troutman said that was supposed to be a run. He said it was supposed to be a run, and so when the ball was in the air, he was thinking somebody's going to be downfield, it's going to be an illegal man downfield, and this isn't going to count. And so I don't believe him because that doesn't make any sense because he ran a route, Russ pulled the ball, but that's what he said after the game, talking to Scotty Gange with 9 News.
Because
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Or else he did something horribly wrong on this play if it was supposed to be a run.
Yeah.
I doubt on a run play, your tight end is just supposed to run past the defense and leave a guy unblocked, right?
Totally. Exactly. And if this is a run, Gervonta Davis is running right here behind Manhurts. Gervonta's run to the sideline.
Yeah.
He's not even trying to get the ball.
Yeah.
Like, he knows this is definitely a design pass. He was playing with everybody.
I think someone's
yeah.
playing with someone because you know what Sean told us this morning? You know how long he's been sitting on this play to run against this Chargers team?
See?
Since last playoffs, when the Jaguars made their incredible comeback against the Chargers, he saw something on a similar 4th and 1 that the Jags ran against the Chargers. He said he saw something that he knew he could use in this. And now Sean said, like, in this moment, we had to have this. I'm like, no, you didn't. You could have not got this, and you would have been just fine. The Chargers weren't going to come back with 3 minutes left. But Sean said this is when we whipped it out, and he had something really funny to say about this.
They really did on that one.
Sean did. He whipped it out. Yeah, he did. I'm not going to let you do me like that. Sean started, when he was asked about this play, Sean paused and said, God, I don't want to sound shallow, but there's nothing better than drawing up a play when it works like this.
And it was better.
Yeah.
It looked beautiful.
Yes, it
perfect.
did.
All right, here's the next play. I actually have 2 plays that are very similar that I kind of wanted to break down. This is the blitz that we keep talking about. This is 2nd and short. The game's on the line. They know they're in the passing down, so it's very similar to like a 3rd down call for the team. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rushers, but you don't know who's coming. You don't know who's dropping, and that's what makes it hard on this offensive line to try and pick this up. They're in man-to-man across the board, and the crazy thing about this is Drew Sanders is in here as an outside linebacker, but he actually has this tight end man-to-man. So, as you're going to see as the play progresses, Drew's sitting on his man, and you have you have blitzers coming from everywhere. And that's the thing I was saying, like, they weren't accounting for Justin even showing up there. That's not something he normally does, but it was a great play by them and a great scheme by them because they definitely have enough blockers. But if you scheme it up to where everybody's eyes are looking at either the down linemen, the outside linebackers, the blitzing corner on the other side, then you have free runners. And the Broncos were doing a great job running this play yesterday, and then accounted for a strip sack right here by Justin Simmons.
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
I'm excited to go watch Drew Sanders in this game because this is like three games.
Whoa, clip that.
No,
we
exactly.
Can't lose that.
Exactly. That's the point. Is like this is 3 games in a row where he's gotten to play quite a bit, and I don't remember thinking once like, what was Drew doing on that play? Like
these were the plays he was getting. Honestly.
True.
So I'm not trying to like downplay him,
True.
but when you watch the tape, it probably will look like this, which is what he did his job. So
he did his job.
He did his job.
And like last week, there was one where I was like, okay, he kind of like ran himself out of the play around the edge, but it was like a run play, and he set the edge. And like if you're gonna screw up and go too far, like screw up setting the edge too hard and not like collapsing in too hard. So I don't know. There might be some steps there. Played 32 snaps yesterday.
Yeah, that's good.
How about it?
And I don't remember once thinking, what were you doing out there?
This is
Coming
incredible.
along.
I know.
Man, I can't wait to talk to Alex and Josie about Drew because those 3 guys couldn't be more different in terms of personality. As you guys will see tomorrow, if you don't know already, Alex and Josie are the life of the party. They've always got something to say. They're a blast to be around. Drew is about as quiet as it comes as a guy.
He is very, very quiet. I've done several interviews with him. Very quiet. Very, 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 very quiet.
I mean, he literally won a $50 gift card to like Outback Steakhouse or something.
Yeah.
Should have been to the DNVR bar.
Should have been.
From Sean Payton for saying the least amount to the media during rookie minicamp.
Yep. And I don't
was
even.
loving
He
it.
said it was intentional. I think that's just who he is.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it is. At some point, we'll have to dig into that because it's interesting for Josie and Alex too because Drew's playing outside, and coming into this season, honestly, like. What it looked like was happening was Josie's contract's up at the end of the year. Drew takes his spot next year. But because of the kind of hiccups that Drew had early in the season, now the fact that they're moving him to outside linebacker, you're saying Josie's like,
Whoa.
we've all known
Sean
he's the
said
leader.
They're not moving him to outside linebacker.
Yeah, I know. But then you see him out there every game. And so it does make you wonder if all of a sudden they're like, wait, why were we trying to change up what we've got going on here?
Every game, I see
Got a
what you
great
did.
thing going.
Yeah, there was a little pause there. Every game. That's the only time we see him at outside linebacker. Every game.
Here's the 2 plays later. That was second down. This is now 4th and 19, 2 plays later. And it's the same exact play. But the good thing about this is they actually ran the blitz from the field last time, and this time they run it from the boundary, and that's not what many teams do. So it was a great call by Vance, but it's the same exact play. Everybody's lined up. You got PJ acting with his hands out, doing a great job, acting like he doesn't know what's going on. But you know he's coming on the blitz, and this is the same exact blitz. You got 2 guys dropping out. If you can see them. They're back here. You got a man-to-man. Everybody's man-to-man. You have a man that dropped out here, and you have P.J. Locke coming on the blitz. But it's the same exact blitz, just ran the other way. So this was a great blitz against not only the Chargers, but I just think a great blitz in general because they have a hard time matching up who's coming, who's blitzing, who's dropping. I think the Broncos will use this the rest of the season because it's working so well for them. This is also the scoop by Josie Jewell where he was running like he was walking.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I'll definitely get on him about that tomorrow.
I love that.